Good morning. The Committee for Parole is called to order. Today's date is October 9th, 2025. The time is 8:48. My name is Chuck Tillis. I will be chairing today for this committee. My colleagues to my right is Ms. Stapleton, and to my left is Mr. Freeman. We're located at DOC headquarters today in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Would the staff introduce themselves?
Ben Cavalier.
Parole Williams.
Our location, our remote location is at St. Tammany Parish. Mr. Blackmon, would you state your name and DOC number for the record, please?
My name is CRAVATA BLACKMON Senior, DOC number 586-430.
Okay. Is there anyone in there with you? Staff?
Corporal Christopher Ellis.
All right, thank you. And thanks for working with us today. I'm going to read some information into the record and ask you to verify it. Do you have a questionnaire with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign it? You understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Freeman will be handling your case today, and he's going to ask you some questions.
Okay, Mr. Blackmon, I'm gonna read your violations. You could plead guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, not guilty with a statement, okay? We'll
Yes,
go over each one as we get to them. All right? So they allege that you violated condition number 4. I will not engage in any criminal activity, nor will I associate with people who are known to be involved in criminal activity. I will avoid bars and casinos. I will refrain from illegal use of drugs and alcohol. On 7/11/25, you were involved in criminal activity during the commission of driving while intoxicated, second offense, operating a motor vehicle under a suspended license, and speeding in St. Tammany Parish. You were arrested by Louisiana State Police. How do you plead to that charge?
I have went to court already on that charge, and I pleaded guilty to the DWI and driving under suspension, and they gave me credible time served on that charge.
So you were driving drunk and you were driving under suspension.
Yes,
I have no.
yes, sir.
Okay, and it also states that you are behind on your supervision fees, $882, and you hadn't paid anything toward it. How do you plead to that charge?
I plead guilty to that also.
Okay, all right. I have nothing else.
More questions? Panel's ready to vote.
Yes, sir, I am.
Mr. Freeman has your case. He's going to lead out with his vote first.
Okay, Mr. Blackmon, you pled guilty, so you leave us little option. You violated condition number 4, and you pled guilty to violating condition number 10. Today, I revoke your parole.
Ms. Stapleton?
I concur with Mr. Freeman for the same reason, and I vote to revoke.
Mr. Blackmon, you need 3 votes to overturn it or to grant, but you've been denied. You have 2 votes against you. So this will end your case today.
What they say.
Your case has been denied,
You revoked.
has been revoked.
They revoked your parole.
Good morning.
You mind, I gotta go into detail when I'm talking to them,
Talk, whatever you talk about.
Good morning,
How you doing, Ms. Davenport? Would you state your name and DLC record?
Justice Chanel Davenport, DOC number 721-483.
Do you have a questionnaire in front of you?
Sir?
Do you have a questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Did you sign it?
Yes, sir, I did.
You understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you weren't. My name is Chuck Hillis, and Mr. Freeman will be handling your case today.
Okay. All right, Mr. Davenport, I'm gonna read the violations to you. You can plead guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. First off, they are alleging that you violated condition number 4. I will not engage in any criminal activity, nor will I associate with people who are known to be involved in criminal activity. I will avoid bars and casinos. I will refrain from illegal use of drugs or alcohol. You failed to refrain from criminal conduct while under supervision. You were arrested by the Covington Police Department on or about 7/6/25 for driving while intoxicated first. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty, sir. It got dismissed.
Okay. We got any proof that it got dismissed?
My husband called up there and said the clerk of court said they gave me credit for time served and it,
Well,
so,
it get dismissed, they're guilty.
okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a big
I'm
difference.
sorry, because it's been a long time since I've been in, well, not a long time, but it's kind of, the ropes are new again. I apologize. I don't really.
Okay. All right. Were you drunk that night?
Honestly, yes, I was. It was after I had got, after 4th of July that weekend, and I did.
Okay. You were, condition number 8, I will submit myself to available medical, mental health or substance abuse exams, treatment, or both in order to do so by my parole officer. Also, I will submit to drug and alcohol screens at my own expense. You were referred to the Mandeville Behavioral Health to re-enroll in substance abuse treatment. You failed to enroll in treatment as directed. On 8/12/25, you were drug screened and tested positive for meth and amphetamine. You admitted obtaining a pill from someone believing it was gabapentin. Parole Davenport pled not guilty to failing to enroll in treatment at Mandeville Behavioral Health. She stated treatment at Mandeville Behavioral Health was not part of her parole requirement. Parole Davenport pled guilty to testing positive for methamphetamine and amphetamine. Davenport reported that this was her first positive drug screen. How do you plead to that charge?
A little of both, not guilty and guilty. The reason I say that being because when I got granted for parole this time, I had my baby was 2 months old when I went to prison. So by me coming home wanting to start over and stay off of drugs, I got into this class called it was not reentry, it was like a substance abuse thing, like some kind of like 90-day class in Toulouse. And anyways, and I still talk to the lady to this day. I got on a Vivitrol shot, and it wasn't for the drugs that I was on originally, but it helped me. It helped me, and I really, really regret getting off of it. But I got off of it during the fact that I was having a birthday celebration, and everything kind of went left in. So.
And but why didn't you go back and re-enroll in treatment when she ordered you to do? Why didn't you go back to treatment when your officer told you to?
With the Mandeville behavior, you have to go and follow up, but I had thought my case was still open by me being a patient for 3 years. I thought it was, but I had to go and reschedule and set up the whole process all over. And at the time, I was going to have car problems. I was being homeless. And I had just got raped by my first cousin, so it was a lot going on in the time. And I had reached out to my parole officer and let her know, like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, but I mean, I know I messed up, but I know I also feel like if y'all have the kindness in your heart to, give me another chance, because I do have health issues that I'm suffering with, and I found out like 7 months ago that I do have HIV. So I'm just trying to better myself. That's why and it's no excuse, but
Okay,
I'm sorry.
all right, any of my colleagues have any questions? I have no further questions.
Carol, do you have any questions?
Well, you pled guilty, and then your, domestic violence, that's the fourth offense for that.
Yes, ma'am.
And now you got a baby. So there's something going on there. Do you agree with that statement? And I know you wouldn't want to hurt your baby, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're in a good place right now
And I,
to be able to get the help you need, substance abuse,
Have you ever been to long-term treatment?
and that's what you,
I was asking, because my parole officer went out of town,
Mm-hmm.
and I was asking her, and I said, hey, I think things are gonna go down spiral. Can we get back into this class that I used to take? Because I took the classes. But he didn't, they had changed it around, like he rotated, so he didn't do the classes that I took anymore. But I'm I'm willing to take a further step into my sobriety. I have a 4-year-old, and my baby, I just miss her so much.
Did you have custody of your child before you were put in jail?
My mom had got emergency custody of her due to the fact that I had to deal with the time, and I was never, I wasn't gonna let her just be.
Okay.
You have any more questions? Yes.
we have recommendations.
Yes, I'm gonna make a recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Mr. Davenport, everything you did, I'm gonna be told I only half believe you, to be honest with you now, first off. Let me finish. I only half believe you. I think that wasn't the first time you'd used drugs, and I don't think it just happened because of your birthday. And you admitted you were drunk, but I'm gonna give you a break. I am gonna order, in lieu of revocation, that you go complete a long-term DOC substance abuse program. So you will not be released today. We are gonna transfer you to a long-term program. And I think they can also evaluate you for any mental health or any other kind of meds they think they need to put. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Better pay attention, because if you get put out that class or something, then we revoke. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's my vote.
Ms. Stapleton?
yeah. Do we have she has a history of domestic abuse battery. Do we have?
They could probably give her either anger management or a default.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna add to mine exactly what he said, but I'm gonna add to it that you attend, which is domestic violence program, okay? Because you're a fourth offender there, and so you need help there also, which is separate from even substance abuse. So I'm gonna add that as a condition of mine. DOC approved, they call it DVOP program.
She's not been revoked, she's been.
No, in lieu of revocation, we're
Okay.
gonna send her to.
And my vote also is to concur with my colleagues. So you will be getting some treatment, and hope you'll straighten yourself out.
Yeah, you're running out of time. You gotta get yourself straight for that child, okay?
I really appreciate it. I really do, because in the process of all that, I communicate with my parole officer because I feel like that's my second mom. And
Well, keep doing that.
I want to get myself together to take my daughter out of the environment I went through, because if somebody in my family touched me while my child's right there, I know this is not right. This is not the lifestyle I want for her. This
Thank
is
you.
not what I
Okay.
want for myself.
All right,
Okay, good luck to you.
we're signing up. Thank you. We're signing out from St. Tammany.
What I do?
They're done.
So the hold is lifted?
So they're gonna send you to a treatment program.
Where at?
I don't think they said, they usually they send paperwork.
Do I have to go
Good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Chuck Tillis. We're at the Raymond Correctional Center. My colleagues today are to my right, Miss Stapleton, and to my left is Mr. Freeman. Would Mr. I don't want to mispronounce your name, but would you give me your name and DOC number?
GHAZIR LACAYO,
Like, what's your DOC?
306498.
Okay. Morning, Warden. Thank you for handling us today. Mr. GHAZIR, Mr. Freeman will be handling your case today. Who?
Would staff at Rayburn introduce yourself?
Yes, we have Warden Rayburn, Warden Travis Day here.
Kristen Harbor from Records, Tracy Taylor Classifications.
Don't worry about it, Warden. I'm stumbling too. All right, Mr. GHAZIR, Mr. Freeman will be handling your case today, and you have, he will be handling things for you, and he'll ask you some questions, and also some of the panel will be asking you some questions. Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Lacayo, first I'm gonna read some information into record, correct me if anything is wrong. You are a second-class felony offender, who has a parole eligibility date of 6/22/2026. You have an adjusted good time date of 6/26/35, and you have a full term date of 6/20/36. You are serving a 30-year sentence for aggravated criminal damage to property habitual. Does that information sound correct?
Yes.
Okay. First off, I want you to tell me, what did you do to get yourself put in there? And why do you think we should consider letting you out today?
It was aggravated criminal damage to property, which entails an intent. We had domestic issues with my ex-wife, and she had restraining orders. And going into the daiquiri company, when I saw her, I wanted to leave to not get arrested, and I accelerated quickly to try to get out. And we got in a collision. And from that board, I had charges of attempted murder charges or something, and they dropped it down to aggravated criminal damage to property. And I went to trial twice, got convicted, and now serving my time. I have a little statement running down a little bit about me. I don't know if y'all want to hear this.
Go on and make a statement. You can read it.
I spoke to a warden yesterday, and he asked a question that was kind of profound, and I realized that maybe I need to write this thing out to state who I am, to get better understanding. And first of all and foremost, I would like to thank God for my family and friends who supported me in this whole journey of mine. I also like to state that I would have never completed all these accomplished without God's divine assistance. I also take full responsibility in my action that led up to my conviction. I also would like to apologize to anyone I have affected in a negative way in the past. I know that I cannot change my past, but I can change my present. When I came into prison, I came with a 4th and 7th grade education level. When beginning my sentence, 10 years of going to appeals and fighting the sentence. I had to do with limited education at the time. And while working, I got my GED. I did automotive vocational course. I received both certification in 2- and 4-stroke small engine. I received the IC3 individual computer certificate course. I also completed living in balance, substance abuse. I did pre-release course with anger management included. I did a driving license course for renewal. I also got involved in horticulture, and I'm going on a second time that course again. I also got involved in a leather shop and learned how to do leather work. I went ahead and decided to go into woodwork, so I had to change to go to woodwork and learn how to do woodwork a total of about 6 years. And I accumulated tools for both trades. And while serving time, I participated in any job work that I had to do, which was kitchen server for several years. I worked in the field when I came to Rayburn Correctional Center. Then I went to dorm warden for several years, and I became a trustee by the end of 2023 for approximately a year. I also would like the board to be informed that I own and operate a cleaning service business. When I was out before this happened, I cleaned vehicles, home, business, heavy equipment, garbage containers, golf tournament events for approximately 7 years. I became associated with people, friends and customers that I end up being in contact, being in business. A gentleman named Lau J. Swing, he's a chiropractor, owns Oak Harbor Autoplex, which I bought and sold cars under his license. I also became friends with Chris and Angie Jean, owners of Coastal Waste Management. Became friends also with Glenn Hood, who owns and sells log cabins in Slidell. Became friends and customer of mine was Christy Gray. She was a physician in the community of Slidell. I have close friends that are not here, but they're very busy people, and I didn't want to burden them trying to rush them in to try to get them here to speak on my behalf, but they can be called, have numbers to contact. I have a friend named Keith D. Washington, who is a physician, MD, lives in Texas. He offered and told me anytime he needs anything to speak on my behalf, he would be there for me. I have another friend that I became associated with, Todd DeVitt. He owns an 18-wheel detail shop and tow company. He lives in Tennessee. Came to visit me recently and stated that if I needed a job, needed a place to stay, that I'm more than welcome to come live with him and also work with him as a lead man in his business. I have a friend named Raymond Monto. He manufactures dentures. He lives in Mandeville. I also grew up with Chuck Walker, who's a contractor. He lives in Slidell. I also became friends with Greg Cuvion, who's a construction builder, which his father owns a construction company that he works for. Also, I've become friends with Donnie Cannon, who's a gym teacher, owner of a karate school in Slidell. Jesus Abuelas, he sells and flips houses. He lives in Slidell. Tommy Tabasco, who's a construction company, which I work for at Drivers Paradise, but he also became a customer when I came into the business. And
Okay.
Mike Hunt, owner of Floor Shop. And the last thing that I'm reading is the customer base. I had real estate agents, floors, hair salon business, mortgage companies, loan officers, bank employees, contractors, and most importantly, friends and family in the community, and much more. If I had a list, it would go on all my customers.
Thank you.
And this last thing I want to say is that if I got out, if the board will let me out, my goal and the main goal is to start a nonprofit organization which will teach spiritual teaching, education for the youth, domestic violence for men and women, and substance abuse classes and counseling with the help of Keith D. Washington, who is a psychiatrist, my friend. He said he would get involved and go back to business in the cleaning service business, named the Mobile Man or the Mobile King. And my motto is, be the best that you can be.
Thank
And
you
this
so
is
much.
what I'm in here, and this is what I do when I'm in prison to try to accomplish and be the best that I can be.
Okay, thank you for that statement. I do want to add a few things. It wasn't just a wreck. You ran your truck into your wife at a daiquiri shop, claimed your wife and put your son in a mental health institution. You violated protection order. You pulled her from the car and beat her. And so there was a lot more to it than what you're saying. And I'm gonna get into that when I get to my questioning. Warden, do you have any comments?
As he said, he was a trustee here. He has been through some programming here and he's in carpentry or building technology as we speak. As far as disciplinary, looks pretty clean. He hasn't had anything since about 10 years, 2015, and since he's had his last write-up. So I can't say anything negative about him as far as the inmate and being in here.
Warden, you say he was or he is a trustee?
He's a trustee.
He is.
Has it been since he's been back in school?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and now we want to hear from the people in opposition. I'm going to mention everybody that's here in opposition. Please excuse me if I mispronounce your names. We have David McNeese, a victim. Jody Moscona, a victim. Miss Stephanie Lacayo, a victim. Linda Brister, a victim, will not be speaking. Madison Braben, a victim, will not be speaking. Tony Nicosia, victim, will not be speaking. Kathleen Lawrence, victim, will not be speaking. Darnell Aguilar, victim, will not be speaking. Porter Easley, victim, will not be speaking. And Patrick Aguilar, a victim, will not be speaking. Did I miss anyone? Okay. All right. So we're going to go on and get into the opposition statements. Mr. Dave McNeese.
I think I'm gonna go first.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Y'all can pick up.
Good morning, honorable members of the board. My name is Jody Moscona. I am a local attorney here in Baton Rouge, and I'm here today on behalf of a good friend of mine, Stephanie Lacayo. I got to know Stephanie through her fiance, who I've been in for 30 years. And every other time that I've ever been before the parole pardon, when it was both, I've always appeared trying to help somebody get released because that was just a function of the relationship that I had with those particular people. But today is the very first time that I'm ever testifying trying to ask you to deny somebody's request. And that because I came to know Stephanie personally through Tony, and I didn't know anything about this case when I knew them for years and years. And it was only until this request came up that I found out any of this. And as I studied it, I became more and more concerned for the fear that I could perceive from Stephanie. I can tell you that I've been, for 19 years, I've been an ordained deacon in the Catholic Church. In that capacity, I've interviewed a lot of people in very, very strained relationships. And I know that she is not exaggerating with fear and concern when you hear from her in just a little while. I don't know how, I'm not a criminal defense attorney in any way, so I don't know how the system works to wind up with the commutation. But when I read what the judge issued, it was the impression that there would not be a possibility to release it to 35. And I think that comfort is what Stephanie had prior to being notified that this parole was in fact set and that it was a possibility. And that gave rise to a whole another level of fear that I perceived from my friend that I knew nothing about for all these years. So she was at peace until this. And now she's living in anxiety. That's the only word I can get. You know, domestic abuse is now, and by the way, in my initial submission, I think Charles submitted the corrected copy. I had a typo. And this is what it's supposed to read. Domestic abuse is now front and center in our country. And every effort is being made to protect spouses that are subjected to it. It is not an easy matter to deal with because of the amount of fear that victims experience as a result of the threats that they suffer when those that are engaged in domestic violence threaten them. Stephanie has endured enough, and she doesn't need to endure anymore. I'm here today to respectfully ask that you deny the parole and do everything in your power to protect my friend Stephanie. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for speaking. Okay, now we're gonna go to Mr. Dave McNeese.
Morning. My name is Dave McNeese.
Take your time.
Do you need somebody to stand with you, David?
A man back here came into my life when I was 8 years old. And ruined everything. My life, her life, the life of everyone involved with him. I never saw a single positive interaction as a kid. That he had, everything was negative. I've been in law enforcement for 18 years. The sheriff's office where I live. I had a lot of questions teaching cadets about why do you become a cop? Sorry, it's frustrating. Why do you get in law enforcement? And obviously the answer that's always given is because I want to change the world. And I always find that answer to be funny because it's something that everybody just wants to hear. And my answer was always, because I watched the cops come, I've called the cops to save my mom. And they didn't do anything. And finally it took him trying to kill her for something that happened, for some relief. And Judge Crane was a very good judge, and he understood that. He understood that this guy's a monster. And when we get into the idea, I understand what the belief of rehabilitation is in our criminal justice system. Going into the aspect of he hasn't victimized anybody in jail, and a major part of that is because his victim pool isn't in the jail. His victim pool was always women and children, which I've witnessed, experienced firsthand. And a lot of, to the point where he can't even admit that what he did still at this point. I think that speaks volumes of the character and the fact that he hasn't understood what he did to us. I really appreciate you talking. I'm very sorry I lost it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we need to turn off the camera. It's already off. Okay, camera's off. All right, Miss Stephanie.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Lacayo, and I am the victim in this case. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak at this hearing. I had asked Judge William J. Crane to sentence GHAZIR LACAYO to the maximum amount of time allowed by law, and he did. He heard the evidence, he heard the victim impact statements, and presided over that hearing. He came to the rightful conclusion to sentence GHAZIR LACAYO to 30 years to serve a minimum of 85% before eligible for parole. That would have put his first parole hearing in 2031. I was completely shocked to receive the call that he was getting his first parole hearing in 2025. There is something very wrong with this. I wasn't supposed to live this nightmare until 2031. I feel this is not just about the crime that GHAZIR LACAYO committed that night for which he was convicted, but for the 13 years of terror that led up to that horrific night. I had found myself in the same situation as all victims of domestic violence. Alienated from my family and friends, living in constant fear, and no foreseeable way to escape. He had told me for 13 years that if I ever left him, he would kill me. And that is exactly what he did tonight in 2006. I have a son from a previous marriage, David. He lived through the horror of seeing and hearing me abused. He left to live with his father at the age of 16 because he couldn't bear the cycle of abuse any longer. I thank God for that and for healing our relationship, which was absolutely beautiful before GHAZIR LACAYO entered our lives. He is a successful police officer today, and I'm so proud of him. The son I have with GHAZIR is Ghazi. He could not escape. The first time he was hit, he was 2 weeks old, and it never stopped. Beatings and punishments that only increased in severity. He's 29 years old. He thinks he's in a coma. We're living in an alternate universe. He's in and out of mental hospitals. He's in a mental hospital right now. I don't know the whole argument of nature versus nurture, but I can tell you that his brain is not wired properly. And I believe a lot of that came from the abuse that he endured at the hands of GHAZIR LACAYO. He never stood a chance. I left GHAZIR LACAYO on March 6th of 2006. He waited 3.5 months until he had the perfect opportunity to fulfill his promise that he would kill me if I ever left him. He saw me alone late at night. I would like to see this parole board deny the release of GHAZIR LACAYO. I know without a doubt that when he gets out, he will come after me and try to kill me again. Every time he threatened to beat me, he did. He threatened that if I ever left him, he would kill me. He tried that night. He told me that if he ever went to jail because of me, that he would sit in that jail for however long it took, and he would stew on it, and he would hunt me down, and he would kill me, and he will. Not only do I fear for myself, but I also feel fear for my family, my children, and now my grandchildren. He's a vindictive, evil monster. I have scars that will never heal and nightmares that will never go away. If you decide to release him, I request there be no contact order or restraining order or monitoring. At least give me a chance to protect myself and my family. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am, for coming. I know it's difficult. Okay, all right, Mr. LaCayo. First off, you got to re-explain to me what happened. Don't tell me it was just simple criminal damage to property. What was going through your mind and what were your intentions?
Intent was to get out of that location, to not break the restraint.
Okay, well, why would you?
She picked up and blocked the entranceway to get out. I saved her life by turning the wheel to the right, which would have not, if I would have not done it, she would not be alive today. Though she believes, since this impact was a very strong impact, she might have believed that I was trying to kill her. But that was not the fact, because if that was the case, we wouldn't be sitting here. Plain and simple.
All right, okay.
Saved her. And I waited for the officers to show up without striking her, without doing anything to her.
So no beating or nothing, saying.
Charged with battery and other charges, which was apparently dropped for whatever reason. This system decided to drop those charges, which is incomprehensible. If that was an intent to do, you would think they would do all these charges and convict me with those charges, but apparently they didn't.
Okay. No, I don't have any questions.
Ms. Stapleton, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I just want to point out that what you were convicted of, which was going to carry a 30-year sentence, you had a jury trial
All to it.
and it was unanimous. And I heard an attorney say something one time at a Supreme Court decision that before that, he made the comment about of the people, by the people, for the people. And he was applying that to a jury trial with 12 people that they considered, in your case, you a very dangerous person, and all 12 of them, for the sake of for the people, voted to put you in prison.
Actually, it was 6 jurors in my case.
And well, all 6 then, 6 jurors all agreed that you should be in prison. And you got the maximum sentence. So I understand the fear that your ex-wife has, because she left out of there with a thought of what she was told, and now that's been taken from her. So before I was on here, I was director of victim services for the sheriff's office where I was at. And so I had a lot of ladies that were domestic violence victims that came in, and I would help them because they didn't want to leave right then, how to have an escape plan. I would take them for their protective orders, and I made sure I wore my uniform, which of course I would have my gun with me, because their fear and what they had been through was real, and most of it goes unreported. It really does. And when a child calls 911 to protect their mother, that is at the end of the road for that child, because they just do not do it unless they are scared to death. And all of these things happened with you. So I believe everything I heard here today from your family, and I think that you have glossed over your side of what you've done to her, even what you arrested for at the daiquiri shop. So I don't really have any questions other than I wanted to make that statement.
Okay, you have another question?
Nope.
Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Since Mr. Freeman's case, he's going to vote first. And Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Lacayo, I find that you have no acceptance of the blame. I think you are totally in touch with reality. My vote is to deny.
Ms. Freeman?
Okay.
I mean, Ms. Stapleton?
I agree with Mr. Freeman, my colleague. I didn't find you truthful and a total lack of remorse. And also that you would be a danger to public safety because they're so fearful of you, and you could be sitting there thinking about what you're going to do when you get out. Nobody knows that other than you. But for them, when you were out, you were a danger to their life. So that's an understandable fear. So lack of remorse, not truthful, and I do believe you'd be a danger to public safety.
Okay, there's a strong law enforcement opposition, the DA, Sheriff's Office, judges, and also my vote is going to be to deny also. So your request has been denied today. So this ends our Good morning, Mr. Manton. How are you today? You all on mute right now. We can't hear you, you're on mute.
You should be able to hear us now.
Okay. Mr. Manton, would you state your name and DLC number for the record, please?
Nicholas Manton, 509452.
All right, today to my colleagues are Mr. Freeman to my left and Miss Stapleton to my right. Would you tell us in your words why you feel we should give you a favorable release today? First, tell us why you're in prison, what caused you to be in prison, and why we should give you
Convicted felon, firearm, possession of a firearm. Reason I got it, my son was in the military and he got killed, and I was grieving his death. I seen a gun there and I picked it up, just trying to feel closer to him. Really wasn't thinking about being on parole or anything like that. I was devastated from losing him.
of your son?
Yes, sir.
That's it?
Yes, sir. And that's why I got the convicted felon with firearm.
Okay. Warden, what's his record like? What kind of problems y'all have with him?
So actually, from a warden's point of view and institution, he's done everything that is asked of him and even some more. He's taken plenty of classes. Disciplinary is zero write-up. So all in all, we really don't have any issues. And it appears that since he's been in here, he's tried to take the necessary classes needed to be better when he gets out.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Manton, I'm handling your case today, and how many classes I've looked at your records. What classes that impacted you the most since you've been incarcerated that you've taken?
I really say this whole living program had the most impact on me. You know, different classes through the program, and living in balance and thinking for a change. I have that now, and really helped me to realize rational and irrational thoughts and behaviors, how to identify with it. I'd say that would pretty much be the best classes that affected me the most.
I see. That's good. So what do you do normally while you're incarcerated? What's your work?
As far as job, he doesn't have one now. He's taking the classes and doing all of that. So he doesn't have a job in here.
He doesn't. Okay. Any of my colleagues have
medical issues with the duty. He has some medical issues with the duty status that also doesn't allow him to have particular jobs in here also.
What kind of medical problems does he have, Warden?
You want to tell him?
I broke my neck in '99. I had 2 surgeries from that. And then I recently had another surgery on my neck a few months back. I have my left shoulder, my arm hangs off my shoulder, and I'm seeing a doctor for that. And I have 2 fractures, and one in my middle of my back, and one at the lower one, and I'm being treated for that too.
Most of his issues are dealing with his neck, as he says, and he's also been referred to cardiology and GI with some different issues with that.
Thank you so much. And I apologize. I didn't read the offenses. You're a 4th felony offender. The offenses are FC distribution of virulent and possession of firearm or carrying a concealed weapon by a person convicted of a certain felony. Can I ask you a question? Were you using drugs, Mr. Manton?
No, sir. Am
You
I
were?
now?
No, not now, but were you at the time of some of these? You were selling them also?
I did, I took somebody to go and pick up, it's the box. And, so I went in the guy's house and got it and brought it out. So yes, sir, I did do that.
But you weren't using them, you were selling them.
No, sir, I was just getting to selling.
I see.
I was not using it myself, I was getting it for somebody else.
Any of my colleagues got any questions?
Do you take any AA or NA over there?
Yes, sir, I completed the, AANA 12 steps, I just finished the, sober living program, RDAP. And I'm in AANA ongoing.
Okay, so you still going to classes with AA? Can I ask you this? What are you gonna do when you get out? Will you continue these classes?
First thing I'm gonna do is check in with, my parole officer, and second thing I'm gonna do is go and get reconnected with my home group and find a sponsor in there.
Good answer.
That's what I was gonna ask you too. You're a young man. And what kind of work will you probably be doing?
I have, since I've been incarcerated, I got, certified as a forklift operator. And, I also got a chauffeur's license, so I can drive limousines and buses and, box trucks. I have 3 brothers and they all in the construction business. They said if they let me out, that they're gonna give me a job going to the lumber yards and getting materials and bring them back to their jobs for them. And I wouldn't have to pick up anything. I would just be going pick up lumber, the lumber yard and load it for me, and their help will unload it when I get there. And that'll give them more time to be on the job to be able to complete their task, their jobs quicker.
One of the problems sometimes I have is you wouldn't try to start making easy money again, would you?
No.
I see. Any other of my colleagues have any questions?
Well, I see where you had at least 2 DWIs and you got probation. So have you been through the Steve Hoyle program, substance abuse?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe that's what I've heard is the best one we have. And you definitely have you have an ongoing addiction, and it's drugs and alcohol.
Yes, I just did that program here, but from the Stephen Hall program that I did when I was in it was Camp Minden.
2019 you did it. The Steve Bossier medium ship shop.
Correct.
Any other questions?
I got one last question. Okay, you got revoked because you had a firearm again. Between 2019 and the day you got revoked, were you using drugs still then?
Sir?
Were you using drugs after you went to the Steve Hall program?
Yes,
before you got revoked?
Sir?
Did you use it? Were you
did
using
use-
it when you got caught with the firearm?
Yes.
He said he was using drugs?
Yeah.
He said earlier he never used drugs.
No, he's.
No, he's probably addicted to drugs.
I would think that, you know.
Okay.
Okay,
And when was your last write-up?
2016.
Okay, okay, that's
I
it.
don't have him down as having any write-ups in this incarceration. He has none in this incarceration.
At your facility.
Yes, and he went up for parole board, I don't know, I guess it was a year or so ago, and
We saw
that
that.
recommendation, the stuff that wanted him to get, he has completed.
he's done it. He's done everything he was asked. Warren, I see we have some people in the back. Do they want to speak or are they just there in support?
My name is Alma Madden, this is my son Nicholas. And I know he was addicted to drugs when he was younger. And when he was doing great, when he was paroled in 2019, but his son got killed and he just went off. It was during the pandemic and everything. He couldn't get any counseling, he didn't have a computer. I worked and I had my computer with me. So he just kind of lost it and he went back to what he knew to, you know, get through it. And I think that since he's been here, I have seen a difference in him. And when he comes home, he's gonna come home and stay with me. Which he won't be by himself like he was.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it.
Is the panel ready to vote?
I am, unless the gentleman wants to speak also. I saw you look back, Warden.
My name is Nathan Manton. Nick's my brother. I'm one of the brothers that do construction. And my oldest brother, they asked me to tell y'all that when he does get out, he does have a job with us. He's gonna be an expediter basically. So we have a vehicle, he can go and do that, so he can be productive. No, he can't do much, lift much, but at least that way he can contribute and basically I feel he can feel at that point useful, not useless in that area. Give him something, goal to achieve.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much. Mr. Mann, I remember the last time you were up, I voted against you. And I really admire you have made some changes and you're trying to get yourself back together. I'm gonna give my vote today is going to be to Grant. I'm gonna give it a shot. Mr. Freeman.
Okay, you know, my vote could be to Grant also. You had a lot of extenuating circumstances that went on. I'm sorry about the loss of your son. Very sorry about your loss of your son. And only thing I'm gonna order is that you attend 2 AA meetings a week. You cannot get out of touch with them. You need to realize that you are an addict. So stay in touch with your sponsor in AA and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ms. Freeman.
Okay.
Good. Oh,
You're not finished.
just
yet.
finished. I'm finished.
Okay. Mr. Manton, I agree with Mr. Freeman, but I would like to see, because AA is Alcoholics Anonymous, and I see you have alcoholic problem, but you also have a big drug problem, so NA, and they might be combined or something like that. And you know, I would like to see you attend both, and AA and NA, because you have a problem in both areas, and it's ruined your life. So, and everybody, like my colleagues, want to see you do well and go forward. And I'm so sorry about the loss of your son. What country was he in?
I'm not sure on that. I know he's overseas. That's pretty much all I got. I gotta see a casualty officer when I get out. I'm supposed to talk and find out. They give me the information.
Okay.
They
Well, you'll need support when that comes through, because you'll be reliving the grief all over again. So, like Mr. Freeman said, you get in this group, you get a sponsor, and you know, it'll be good in many different directions in your life. So my vote today is to not deny you, you know, and then I would like to see you attend 2 AA NA meetings. It was Yeah, per week.
Right.
In another case here.
Mhm.
Mr. Manton, you have 3 votes in your favor. You've been granted. So, I hope you do well, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Sellers? That's who we got. Good morning, Mr. Sellers. How are you? When Travis left, you cut me loose?
No, sir, he stepped out. He'll be back in just a second.
Okay, we'll wait on it.
Thank you. Kristen.
My name is Chuck Tillis. Ms. Stapleton to my right. Hey, Warden, how's it going? Apologize about that.
Okay.
Mr. Freeman to my left. Would you state your full name and DLC number for the record, please?
Benjamin Sellers, 624-284.
Okay, I'm gonna read some things into the record. And you tell me if it's wrong or right. You're a third-class offender. Your offense is ALN 2021 FL 951, possession with the intent to distribute Schedule 2 controlled dangerous substance. ALN 2021 FO 952, possession with the intent to distribute Schedule 2 controlled dangerous substance. You were sentenced in 11/8/21, and you were sentenced for 10 years hard labor to run consecutively to ALN 2021 FO 952. ALN 2021 FO 952 for 10 years hard labor to run consecutively. You agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you tell us what brought you to prison and why you feel we should give you a favorable report?
Drugs. I'm in here because I'm an addict, of course. I've been doing my best the last 4 years, but over 4 years, the last 3 years, I've been out class after class, substance abuse classes. I did the STEPS program. I did the sober living program here, 12 steps. I got class after class, thinking for a change, art out, AA, and man, I probably got 20-something classes on my bill.
Yeah, we have your file. Warden, what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, hasn't been here that long, got to RCC in February. Last week he did get a low court write-up for smoking. But other than that, disciplinary wise, it's been pretty insignificant.
Okay. Thank you, Warden. Mr. Sellers, Ms. Stapleton has your case and she will be asking you some more questions along with some of the panel members. Would you answer her questions, please?
Mr. Sellers, when you were arrested, it was that you had crystal meth and they found scales. Tell me some things about all this.
Well, I was going through some things out there when all this happened, you know. I was selling man crystal, you know, to keep up with my habit. And I got caught with it, and I'm very, very sorry, you know, to the courts, to my victim, to my family.
How long have you been doing this? How many years?
Probably the last 15 years.
Huh?
Probably the last 15 years when I was on the streets.
Mhm. You're a third class offender.
Yes,
For all of this was all of that for drugs?
yes, ma'am.
I see on 2021, you had the drugs and the paraphernalia, but you also had a firearm by a convicted felon.
Yes, ma'am. I consolidated all that.
So what was the firearm about?
Yes.
It's
Was
just
that
my
so-
shotgun.
Huh?
My shotgun, my hunting shotgun in the corner of the house, in the corner of my bedroom. They got it and charged me with that.
Okay, you said you're hunting shotgun, so that was something you regularly did? You went hunting?
Yes, ma'am.
So you broke the law there too. You're not supposed to be in possession of a firearm. Well, you have opposition from the DA, the sheriff, and the attorney general. You've only served 4 years of your 20-year sentence. You're aware of that. So that's not enough time for me. And you have an extensive criminal history on top of it. Anybody else have something they'd like
I
to
want to
say?
add something into the record.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to add, you have a parole date was 6/14/2026. Good time date was 7/19/2027. A full term date is 6/14/2041. I needed to add that for the record. Go ahead, Mr. Freeman.
What was the rule number 1 violation in 2022? What you had? What was the contraband? A what? A knife. Okay. So that wasn't for drugs, that was for a knife.
Okay, we have some people speaking on your behalf by Zoom. Ms. Cheryl Selders, Mr. Benjamin Sellers. Ms. Cherie is his sister, and Benjamin is your son, and Austin Sellers is your son, will be speaking on your behalf. Yes. Who we got first? We got first. Okay. Cherie, can you tell us what you want to tell us?
Yes, honestly, being in prison probably saved his life. But at the time when he started his drug problem, he had a motorcycle accident, and he's a amputee. He's a bad diabetic, and he's been going through prostate cancer while he's been in prison. And I mean, I'm not saying that's an excuse, but we lost our mother. And my sister, she passed away from a drug overdose. And the last 4 years, he's been doing good, because I would never even talk to my brother. And I sure wouldn't be on this parole board talking for him. He's been doing everything possible he can to get out and be a productive citizen. I mean, I plan to let him come stay with me, and so he could see his grandkids. He's got 5 he's never even seen. He's got 3 that he met, but they are young. All his grandkids are young. And I'm going to do everything when he gets out to help him start. I mean, I believe God has a purpose for him to go through prostate cancer, and to have, I mean, at one time in one of the prisons, they wouldn't let him have his leg. So that he can use the bathroom. He had to get other prisoners to help him to the bathroom. I mean, it's been rough, but he's been, he did have 2 write-ups since he's been in there, but he's been in 4 different prisons. So, I mean, that's really basically all I can say. And then I love him, and I'm going to help him start back church and everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Benjamin Sellers, your son?
Yes, sir. I can just pretty much back up my Aunt Sherry on that. Like she said, he's went through a lot in the last couple of years, but I mean, he fought the cancer. He's doing right. He put his face in the Bible. He's read the whole Bible from back to front. I used to not speak to him when he first went in, because if we're going to redo it, well, am I going to sit here and entertain you? But then I used to wake up, because you could text these days, and he'll send me a verse out of the Bible every day. I think he has his head screwed on right, and he's been going through so much, and he wants to meet his grandkids. But I mean, that's pretty much all I can say is I think he's going to do right, though.
Thank you so much, Mr. Selger. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And your Austin, your brother?
Sorry.
Be on mute, Austin.
Oh shit. Yeah, I couldn't find it for a minute. They basically said everything that everybody needed to say. Yeah, I have a daughter I just had. I really would like him to meet him. And I didn't talk to him when he first went in either, but I started talking to him about 3 years ago. And I've been helping him out in there and giving him his commissary and all that. And I really miss my dad, and I'd like him to be out and meet his granddaughter. I really appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much for your comments. Are there any more questions? Pete, did you have some questions?
No, I don't have any.
This,
Speaker's got.
the panel is ready to vote. Mr. Selders, your case was handled by Ms. Stapleton, so she'll be voting first.
Mr. Sellers, I'm very impressed with everything you've been doing positive in your life since you've been in prison. You have a beautiful family, and you're very fortunate that they are supportive of you. That's very clear. But today, what I'd like to is you've only been in there 4 years of 20 years. And your charges were very serious and affected other people because you were just distributing drugs to people. It wasn't something that you were just doing to yourself. So, that you got consecutive terms, 10-year consecutive terms, total of 20 years for drugs. So you have an extensive criminal history based upon that. And based upon the fact that you've only served 4 years of the 20 years, and which is not enough time. And then you have opposition from the district attorney, the sheriff, and the attorney general. Today, I am not going to grant your parole. But again, I'm going to say, I'm very proud of all the things you are doing. And if you keep that up, you'll be able to carry on with that when you get out.
Mr. Freeman?
Sellers, I'm home. I was thinking about long-term treatment, but then the warden said you smoked a cigarette last week. That was very disappointing. To know that you're coming up to the parole board and that you would do something that you know is prohibited in all institutions. I'm gonna concur with my colleague, and my vote is to deny.
Mr. Selders, I'm impressed with what you're doing. And I hope that you continue. My vote also is to deny. And your request has been denied today. And Warden, we appreciate you hosting us. Appreciate seeing you again. And we're going to sign off.
Thank y'all. Hey, you understand the significance
Good morning.
Good
My name is Chuck Tillis. My colleagues are Ms. Stapleton to my right, Mr. Freeman to my left. Would you state your name and DLC number for the record, Mr. Bradford?
This Terry Turner. You want Mr. Bradford? He's in here.
Yeah, we need Mr. Bradford.
Yes,
William,
sir. That's it. This is him right here.
okay.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I'm William Bradford.
Would you state your name and DLC number for the record, please?
William F. Bradford, 113234.
Could you sit back in your seat a little so we can see you? Yeah, that's good. The staff there, would they introduce themselves?
Warren Eric Sala Sr.
And Warden, thank you so much for hosting us today.
Thanks.
Mr. Mr. William.
Yes, sir.
Your case is assigned to Ms. Stapleton, and she will be asking you some questions and reading your rule violations today. Would you answer our questions, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, the rule violation that I have is on May 26, 2025. What?
1 second.
As for the questionnaire.
Do you have a questionnaire with you there? Mr. Bradford?
No, sir. I've got the preliminary hearing, a waiver, and this final revocation hearing.
Okay, we're gonna put a questionnaire up on the screen there. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
You know you're not entitled to an attorney. Do you want an attorney or do you want to continue with this case?
No, sir. I just assumed to continue.
Okay, thank you, sir. Go ahead, Ms. Stapleton. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Rule violation 4. On May 26, 2025, you committed the offense of domestic abuse battery and were subsequently arrested by the Avoyelles Parish Sheriff's Office. On August 28, 2025, under AVY number 246019, you pled guilty to the lesser offense of disturbing the peace and was sentenced to 90 days in the Avoyelles Parish Jail. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or guilty with a statement?
Well, I pled guilty to the disturbing the peace, ma'am, but I wasn't guilty of domestic abuse. I've been knowing this girl since 1976, and I've never laid a hand on her. But she was having a stroke or something at that night. I got up. She was swinging at the ceiling fan with a walker. Matter of fact, she's going to sign me up with Medicaid to be her caregiver. I think she's coming down with the beginning of Alzheimer's. But if you have the statement that she wrote that night, look at that handwriting if you don't mind, because she writes very good, and that looks like a first grader's writing. That's what tipped me a while back when I met with my parole officer. I looked at that statement. I said, she didn't write that, but she had a stroke a couple months before and fell in the house, and I was outside, and she hit the kitchen floor so hard it broke her top dentures in half, and she was disoriented for about 3 or 4 days after that. Like I said, I've been knowing her for almost 50 years, and she couldn't remember my name for 3 days. So she has health problems, sleep apnea, and another one where she falls, neuropathy, I believe is the name of it. But
yeah, but that wouldn't have anything to do with what got you arrested.
No,
because there's also health problems that she has.
I walked up behind her when she was swinging at the ceiling fan, and I guess I scared her when I told her she was trying to kill herself hitting that ceiling fan with a walker. But she elbowed me in the mouth, and I don't have one tooth on the top right there. And her elbow hit that one tooth, and it made a hole in the back of her elbow right here. And that's why the policeman arrested me, besides being on paper when he run my driver's license.
He said that you threw garbage all over her, and he also observed the garbage thrown everywhere in the house too.
No, ma'am. She throwed all the groceries out of the refrigerator. I don't know why she does that, but she's taking them Wegovy shots or whatever they are to lose weight, and she's lost about 120 pounds. But like I said, she was having some kind of a seizure or a stroke or something at the time.
And something in your past history, you're a sixth class offender. And there's some drug problems here too. When's the last time you used methamphetamines?
It's been a while, probably a year or so. Yeah, I got on some blood pressure medicine after I got here. They cut me off my Medicaid. And I couldn't afford my blood pressure medicine, but me and her go to the same doctor, Dr. McCoy there in Center Point. And I don't know why they cut me off my Medicaid, but I'm retired. I draw Social Security now. I'll be 64 in a couple of days, I mean.
Well, we've got here that you have an adjusted good time date of 5/10/2024 and a full-time date of 2/1/2027. Is that correct?
I believe so, the best I can tell.
Yeah.
Well, I started this sentence in 03, and they give me 20 years, and I've done 10 of it and got out. And when they arrested me on assault parish, they give me another 5 run wild with it, but it come out to be 6 somehow. I don't know how that happened, but
yeah, I see the 6.
So I've got 22 years in on it right now.
And a lot of drug. Your problem is drugs.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. If time was a deterrent for drug addiction, I'm sure I'd have been cured in the 80s. But I've been to 3 or 4 rehabs here lately since like 2013 or 14. I went to one on the street, and
well, on the summary, they found probable cause of the violation based upon the offense and the arrest report, which I read, and it does say that, all this stuff. Arrest report provided by the Parish Sheriff's Office. You made a voluntary statement. There was a voluntary statement provided by the victim, Shirley Dunn, and the bill of information and minutes showing the parolee's guilty plea to a reduced charge of disturbing the peace. So I'll pass it to any of my colleagues. Have any further questions?
Pete, do you have any questions?
No.
We have a PNP. We have a PNP officer to speak, Miss Ethan.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ethan. How are you?
I'm well, sir, and you?
Good. Go ahead and tell us what you want.
I'm sorry, sir. Tell you what?
Tell us about Mr. Bradford.
So Mr. Bradford is supervised by Agent Drake Rochelle. He's currently out of the office this week, so I'm standing in for this hearing for him. I do have his file and information. If y'all have any specific questions, I can answer for you. I can pull that information. But just to start off, to make perfectly clear, I'm not his immediate supervising officer.
Understand. Miss Stapleton, do you have any questions you want to ask him?
Yeah, can you tell us about the charges that he had that's revoking him?
So as it states in the reports, activity reports, and everything, I was the hearing officer with Agent Rochelle when we met with Mr. Bradford at the jail, and what he's saying is pretty much. I mean, I would say verbatim to what he explained that day. I know Agent Rochelle had mentioned that Mr. Bradford's girlfriend came in at least once in that time frame, around the time between when he was arrested. And I think there might have been some back and forth, not as consistent always one way. But he did mention that she came in one day and mentioned not wanting to take a reduction of the charge, but in contrary to that statement, it seems like the minutes indicate that he pled to a lesser offense at at the request of the victim. So a bit uncertain on that one.
Okay,
All right, that was it. That's all. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day, Ethan.
thank you. Mr. Bradford,
Yes, sir.
okay. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Staples will handle your case, so she's gonna be voting first.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Bradford, I'm gonna revoke, your, parole, and the reason is that, rule number 4, you did plead, guilty to disturbing the peace, and you're not supposed to be doing anything that is illegal.
Mr. Freeman,
I concur. I find you in violation of condition number 4 and I vote to revoke.
also my vote is to revoke also, Mr.
Y'all have a good day.
Okay, so your case has been denied. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Mr. Turner? You're on mute. You're on mute. Can you unmute? Can you hear me now? All right.
Yes, sir.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Would you state your name and DOC number for the record, please?
Terry Turner, 114341.
Okay. Morton, you still there, huh?
Yes, sir, I am.
Thank you so much. Mr. Turner, your case has been, well, let me see, one other thing. You have, okay, do you have a questionnaire with you? Questionnaire form?
No, sir.
Okay, we're gonna put it up on the screen here.
So,
Did you sign this?
Yes, sir.
You understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't need an attorney. You want to go on with this case without an attorney?
I would like an attorney.
Okay, you had time to get one. You should have. I mean, why didn't you?
I can't afford one.
Okay, so, all right, that's the same thing. We'll go ahead with it then, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Stapleton will be handling your case today. Would you answer her questions, please?
Yes, sir.
Hold on a
Let
second.
me tell you something. Okay, you realize that if you want an attorney, you would have had to hire one. Did you hire an attorney?
No, sir. No, sir. I thought
You
bull.
don't have money to hire an attorney.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, well, they found that you're not eligible for appointed counsel, so you'd had to hire your own. So you wish to continue.
Yes, sir. I guess so.
Yeah, he said he couldn't afford it. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Freeman. All right, Ms. Stapleton, go ahead with yours.
okay, Mr. Turner, I'm gonna read the violations, okay?
Yes, sir.
And you're gonna plead, guilty, not guilty, or you can be guilty with a statement, okay? Rule violation number 4, you committed the offense of false imprisonment, 3rd-degree rape, and simple rape on 2/8/2024. You were arrested by the Cottonport Police Department on 2/8/2024. The charges remain pending in the 12th JDC. On June 20th, 2024, true bill of indictment was found in AVY number 241037, 3rd-degree rape, AVY number 241038, simple battery, and AVY 241039, false imprisonment. And these charges remain pending and set for a pretrial conference on 1/8/2026 and a jury trial on 2/2/2026. You plead on those charges.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. And what's your statement?
I ain't my medicine.
Okay. All right, number 10, you are $2,429 in arrears towards supervision fee. You last submitted a payment on 1/27/2024. Guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement.
Guilty with a statement. But as of the fee that I was paying, I was paying my fee. And sometimes I would come up short like $20, $30. I was paying what I could. I couldn't pay the whole thing, but I was paying what I could. Sometimes I give him 20, sometimes I give him 30, sometimes I give him 15. I made the effort.
Okay. All right, well, we've got a speaker, Mr. Ethan Gilliott,
Yes.
and we'll see what he has to say about it.
Do you have anything to add to this, Mr. Gilliard?
No, sir. There's everything, all the information is pretty much spelled out throughout the activity report and hearings.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Turner.
Yes, sir.
You said, I'm sorry. You say you're not guilty?
Yes, sir.
Want to explain?
What happened? a long arrest report, so tell us what happened.
What happened, I went and picked her up, picked a friend up. I thought it was a friend. I woke up the next morning, Cottonport PD told me they had charges against me, pending against me. They let me win for about 6, 7 days. About 7 days later, they came and picked me up. That's all I know.
Did you have sex with the lady?
No, sir. She refused.
And no sex with the lady.
She refused the rape kit for me to prove my innocence. She left out of the hospital. So how I'm gonna prove that I didn't do this here and she left out the hospital, but she's still raising an allegation against me? No.
Martin, how has he been for the last year and a half that he's been in there?
I haven't had any problems out of him since he's been here, since he's been incarcerated here, sir. None whatsoever. No write-ups, no disciplinary, no fights, nothing. I mean, actually we just got an application for him to work inside the kitchen. But other than that, I haven't heard anything out of him.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Welcome, sir.
Mr. Stapleton?
Well, I'm reading the affidavit for your arrest. And then there's another part in here that was explained to you. Probable cause is defined as a set of facts, information, circumstances, or events that would lead a reasonable person to believe that a violation of crime has occurred and that a specific individual is responsible. So when we read there's a probable cause, then that is a reason for revocation. So I just wanted you to know that. And when I read the affidavit by law enforcement, it says you did, in fact, you forced Crystal Green to perform oral sex on him, and then you strangled and threw Crystal to the ground, causing her to lose consciousness. When she gained consciousness, you had inserted your penis into her vaginal area, and she attempted to resist sexual intercourse, but it was unable to prevent it from happening. Then the false imprisonment charge was when you held the victim, Crystal Green, against her will, and you kept her in her house by closing the door. And then the next one was the simple battery on February the 1st, 2024. You did, in fact, according to her, commit the simple battery when you choked, slapped, and threw the victim, Crystal Green, on the ground. Those are the 3 charges. Do you have an answer for any of that?
Well, first of all, Miss State Orthopedics have medical record that I was supposed to be scheduled for a prostate surgery. And Miss, I don't get that aroused to grab a woman, talk about having sex with her. I'm 60 years old. Okay? Everything she's saying is fabricated. It's a lie against me. And
Did you hold her to her will?
Sir, I went to sleep and left her there. She stayed with me. She used to stay with me for about 6, 7 months. I went and picked her up. She supposed to have met her boyfriend at my house. Okay? By her living with me, I went to sleep up on her. I told her whenever he come, just lock the house up. As a rape charge and all these other allegations, I don't know nothing about that. I don't even know why I was charged with rape.
I see.
That's a lie.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
No, sir.
We have a call for an executive session. Can I get a second?
Second.
Your call.
Steve Freeman.
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna go into executive session to discuss the matters. We'll get back with you in a minute.
Oh, yes, sir.
So. Yes, ma'am, I'm doing the Zoom right now. You got them told. Yeah, you good. I put it with everybody else's, matter of fact, from that, what I've been doing, I've been making copies of his, because I knew this happened before, but I do
Would you call the roll?
Tillis,
Yes.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Turner. I think now the board is ready to vote. Ms. Stapleton has your case, so she will be the first to vote. Ms. Stapleton?
Yes, sir. There was a preliminary hearing, and based upon the preliminary hearing, they found probable cause that you violated rule number 4 and rule number 10. And, so today I'm gonna revoke your parole based upon the findings of probable cause at the preliminary hearing.
Mr. Freeman?
I find you in violation of condition number 4 and condition number 10. My vote is to revoke.
And my vote also is to revoke, Mr. Turner. So your request has been denied. Any more at this?
Okay,
It's been revoked.
All right, bud.
what about if I go to trial and beat my case? My parole is still revoked?
At 11:39. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Chuck Tillis. We're at East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. My colleagues today, to my right, Ms. Stapleton, and to my left, Mr. Freeman. Mr. Gross, would you? Huh? Oh, they're getting it? Oh, he's not there? I'm sorry.
Nope. Who y'all need first?
We're gonna need Mr. Gross.
Okay, let me grab him.
Thank you.
Ask you if you have that.
Yeah. Can't see that.
Yeah, so the entry to the big.
Good morning, Mr. Gross.
Good morning, how you doing, sir?
And how are you? Would you state your name and DOC number for the record, please?
Andrew Gross, 318815.
Do you have a questionnaire with you?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't need an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, you'd like to proceed.
Yes,
My
sir.
name is Chuck Tillis. To my right is Ms. Stapleton. To my left is Mr. Freeman. I'll be handling your case today. I'm going to read some violations that you have here. Rule number 4, you fail to refrain from engaging in criminal activity. This is evident by your arrest on January 25th, 2025 for domestic abuse, battery, child endangerment. Your case has been billed under the docket number DC 25-00691 in the 9th Judicial District Court and is set for trial on October 27, 2025. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or with a statement?
Not guilty.
Not guilty with a statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go ahead. What happened? Tell me why you're not guilty.
The night of the incident, I was walking, I had just come back from walking her daughter to her grandmother's house, and I saw a car pulled from the house. So I asked her, who was it? She said, it's none of your business. So I said, none of my business? She said, yeah. I said, you know what? You're right. So I left to go get some cigarettes from the store. I walked to the store to get some cigarettes, and when I come back, there was police right there meeting me, asking me, was I Andrew? And I told him, yes, sir, I'm Andrew. I cooperated with everything they said.
Okay. And you don't know why she called the police?
Yes, she wanted me out of the way. She wanted to have an affair with her ex-boyfriend.
Did you hit her?
No, sir. I never touched her. Never touched her. Never.
And I see.
And they say they have the video cam, if it's any mark on it, it should show on there. There's no marks on her. I never touched her at all. It's a lie.
Cops said there was marks. Cops said she had a little cut under her eye.
No, sir. That happened from the cat she got from Gardia from a friend, one of her friends gave her a baby kitten, and she picked him up, and he pawed her under her eye. That's how that come about. It's not from no hit, no touches from me. I never touched her.
All right, next question. What about the woman that said she saw a witness, saw you grab her by the hair and throw her and punch her?
There was no one there, sir. When I came in from walking her daughter to her grandmother's house, it was me, her, and her 3 kids. And we talked, and I left out and went got some cigarettes. And on my way back to the house, I met some cop. The cop pulled me over and asked me, was I Andrew Gross? And I said, yes, sir. He said, you're not being arrested right now. You're just being restrained I think he said restrained and said until we get to the bottom of it. And he went and talked to her, and she lied and told him that I had hit her, and they arrested me. And I've been
How long have you and her been together?
like almost about 6 months.
So what, are you still together or what?
No, sir, I haven't had any contact with her.
Do you plan to have contact if you're released?
No, sir. It's over with.
So the relationship is over?
Yeah, after this, yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions?
Well, you did admit to becoming aggressive with the victim.
Yeah, I raised my voice at her.
What does aggressive with the victim mean? What is your definition of that?
I don't know. I slammed the door out my way out the house. And I raised my voice a little, but I never put my hands on her.
So you went inside the house.
Sir?
I didn't think you went inside the house.
Yeah, when I came back, when I come back from the walking her daughter to her grandmother, I asked her who was that had just left.
Right. Okay.
I'd
And
like
I
to
walked out and went to the store, and that's when I walked away.
Okay, we're gonna go to executive session if I can get a second.
Second.
We're gonna discuss the matters and
Yes.
Dennis,
yes.
Staples.
Yes.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Phyllis,
Yes.
Freeman,
Yes.
Bates.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Gross, we've discussed the matters. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
on? Oh, okay, I thought you were on mute.
No, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, is there any other questions? Panel ready to vote? I have your case. My vote is gonna be do not revoke. And that you have no contact with this person.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Freeman?
Okay, my, I'm
I'm
going
sorry.
I'm going to revoke you today based upon the, probable cause affidavit by law enforcement and the preliminary hearing.
Mr. Freeman?
My vote is gonna be to revoke a filing in violation of condition number 4.
Mr. Gross, your case has been revoked.
Oh, boy. What they up to now? They're gonna ask me if you have that. I am. Don't know. I haven't seen it. It's probably media request. I don't, yeah, it's media request. And I'm in the middle of the role revocation thing, so I don't have my emails or nothing up. So I sure will. All right, bye. Bye.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hill.
How you doing?
Fine, I'm well. Would you state your name and DLC number for the record, please?
My name EMMITT HILLS, 73677.
Is anyone in there with you, your staff?
Yes, sir.
For the staff, introduce themselves for the record, please.
Lieutenant Murphy.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Mr. Hill, do you have a questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Understand it that you don't have an attorney, you don't qualify for an attorney? Do you want to hire an attorney or you want to proceed?
I can't afford no attorney.
So you want to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm handling your case today and I'll be reading some rule violations that happened. Rule number 4, I will not engage in any criminal activities, nor will I associate with people who are known to be involved in criminal activities. I will avoid bars and casinos. I will refrain from illegal use of drugs and alcohol. It was alleged that the subject is in violations of the conditions in that he was arrested in Baton Rouge by the Baton Rouge Police Department on January 4th, 2023, in possession of a firearm carrying concealed weapon by a convicted felon. The charges are still pending and has a trial date of 1/26/2026. How do you plead on that?
I plead not guilty.
Do you want to make a statement with that?
Yes, sir. I never got a weapon off of me. I never had a weapon. They found the weapon in the bushes.
Was it yours?
Sir?
Was the weapon yours?
No, sir, it was not mine.
Okay. Any colleagues have any questions they want to ask?
Yeah, okay, let's get down to some business here. The officer saw you throw the gun in the bush.
Yeah.
Now what you saying, the officer's lying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the officer asked you to give DNA so they could check the gun. You refused, is that true?
No, sir, it's not, because I've been trying to get tested since I've been in jail.
Well, that's too late. They wanted to test you then. And they said the gun had also been recently fired. They could smell the smoke. But that wasn't.
You're saying that wasn't you, Mr. Freeman asked you, was that you? You didn't do that?
I didn't hear it.
I said, you saying that wasn't you. You didn't throw the gun in the bush. You didn't refuse DNA and as I stated, the cop could tell the gun had just been fired.
I didn't throw no gun in no bushes. They didn't see me throw no gun in no bushes.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions.
Their affidavit of their police report is that Officer McGee and an officer swerved, well, observed the defendant discard a firearm, a 9mm, nearby while we were approaching him. So they knew where to look for it, and it was there. And they had heard numerous gunshots being fired. So they knew exactly where to go look for it. And they have it in their police report.
Okay. Rule number 5, I shall not have in my possessions or control of any firearms or dangerous weapons. It was alleged that subject is in violation of the conditions that he was arrested by Baton Rouge Police Department on January 4th, 2023 for possession of firearms, carrying a concealed weapon by a convicted felon. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. With the same statement that you just gave?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are there any more questions? Mr. Is the panel ready to vote? Okay, since I'm handling your case, Mr. Emmett, my vote is to revoke, and I'm going on the police report. Is there any reason why these policemen would lie on you?
I don't know why they should lie on me, but show you they lying on me. The people who wrote the report on me is not the people that arrested me.
Okay, my vote today is to deny.
Well, I know that anyway.
Okay, we're voting right now. Ms. Stapleton?
I agree with my colleague. My vote today is to deny based upon the affidavit of the police report 4 and 5.
Mr. Freeman?
I find you in violation of condition number 4 and 5. My vote is to revoke.
Mr. Hill, your case has been revoked today. And Good afternoon. Mr. Lewis, you're on mute. Staff, would you introduce yourself while you're there? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant, all right, good. Mr. Lewis, would you state your name and DOC number for the record, please?
Clifford Lewis, my DOC number is 551-954.
Do you have a questionnaire with you?
Huh?
Do you have a questionnaire with you that you filled out?
That paper right there in front of me. Yes, sir.
Did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Understand it?
Yes, sir.
You don't need an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, you want to proceed today?
Yes, sir.
My name is Chuck Tillis. This is Mr. Freeman to my left, Miss Stapleton to my right. I'll be handling your case today, and we're going to go over some rule violations. You can plead guilty or not guilty or with a statement on either one.
Yes, sir.
I finished. Rule number 3. It is alleged the subject violated the conditions of in that Agent Frederick attempted to flee contact at the subject's last resident at 4901 Stephen Gerard in New Orleans, Louisiana on 7/24/2023 after receiving an anonymous tip that he had moved back to Texas. Agent Frederick made a telephone contact with the subject, who stated he was working in a nearby parish. When asked the address, he stated he did not know it, but could not prove it for several hours later. Agent Frederick waited for at least 20 minutes to the subject to obtain the address from the employee. He attempted to call the subject again, but would not answer his phone. Agent Frederick then sent a text message, instructing him to report to probations and parole on 7/27/2023. However, he failed to do so. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or guilty with a statement?
I plead not guilty with a statement.
Not guilty with a statement. Okay, what happened? What happened? Explain to us.
Okay. I work in Baton Rouge. I work at Wendy's in Baton Rouge on College. I works there. But I did went and visit my daughter in Texas when he called me because my 2 baby mothers, they don't get along. So one lie they called and said I moved to Texas, what I have not. I told him I went to visit my daughter. I explained it to him. And I plead guilty to that, but not getting permission to go see my daughter.
You know, you have to, before leaving the state, you have to get permission. You do know that, huh?
I understand that now. This is my first time being on parole. I didn't really know that, but now that I know that.
Okay. All right. Rule number 4. It is alleged that the subject was arrested on 10/13/2024 by Baton Rouge Police Department on domestic abuse battery felon and resisting an officer on 7/1/2025. The subject pled guilty. Under case number DC 24-05405647 to domestic abuse and battery, which was pled down from domestic abuse battery involving strangulation. He was sentenced to 6 months parish prison. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or with a statement?
With a statement.
Guilty or what?
Not guilty.
Not guilty?
With a statement.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, like I was just explaining to you, my 2 baby mothers do not get along. Okay, she calling her, telling her this and that. I don't fight. I've been with the woman 12 years. I do not put my hands on her. So when we finally went to court, she never wanted to show up at court. So when they read the videotape and they showed that she didn't have any bruises but on her own, and I was telling them, out from her hitting on me. If I put a bruise on her, she'd have had bruises on her face, her arm, I'm saying her face and other places. But she had bruises on her forearm right here, in the case she was hitting me and I was blocking her. I told him that. I never put my hand on her.
You didn't try to strangle her?
No, sir. That's what I'm saying. I never touched her. I never touched her. That's why they played it down to a misdemeanors. And I asked him what the misdemeanor meant. He said that we could have been all.
No, you get revoked if you plead guilty to a domestic violence. Why would you plead guilty?
I pleaded guilty because he told me that the charge was that don't necessarily mean that we were fighting. He said we could have been arguing and spit could have went on her, or I could have just touched her, and it could have been domestic or battery. So like something like that. That's the reason why I plead guilty to it.
Not with strangulation. No, not with strangulation.
I didn't have strangulation. They say what misdemeanor charge. They played it down to misdemeanor.
Yeah, that's what they played it down to.
Okay. Rule number 10. It is alleged that subject has an arraignment of $1,827 toward his parole supervision fee has made no payment since being released on supervision. How do you plead?
I plead guilty to that because I just had got a job with it like 3 months before all this happened.
I see. Are there any other questions? Mr. Freeman, Ms. Stapleton? Is the panel ready to vote?
Same.
Okay. I have your case today. I'm the lead in this case, and my vote today is to revoke for rule number 3, 4, and 10. Ms. Stapleton?
I concur with Mr. Tillis.
Mr. Freeman?
That's unfortunately, I mean, you already pled guilty to domestic violence, so find you in violation of condition number 3, 4, and 10. You admitted you all in Texas.
Can I
no, we're signing off today. You have been revoked, and we're signing off at 12:37.